We are really lucky to have a little moment of conversation with an animation legend. So I won't take more time on the intro because we need to hear him. We are with Henry Selick.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you very much for being with us. You are a long-time friend of Annecy's festival. Do you recall your very first time in the festival?
Oh yes, it was 2016, and we showed James and the Giant Peach, and somehow won the grand prize of the time. And it was wonderful. I was introduced by an old friend, Glenn Keane, who spoke perfect French. I didn't even bother trying.
You don't speak French at all since all these years in Annecy?
No, there's too much time in between my visits.
But if we go in your filmography, Coraline is like a French word, a French name. How do you pronounce it?
We say Coraline.
Coraline.
And it began as a mistake for Caroline and a misspelling. And this is from Neil Gaiman, who wrote the original book it's based on. He thought, and I thought, there's no one named Coraline, but it turns out it's a somewhat popular name in France.
And it won the feature film award this year. Ex aequo with Marianne Max from Adam Elliott.
Yeah, in 2010.
Yeah, how was it to not share the award, but to be awarded together?
Oh, it was great. He made The Marianne Max is a brilliant film, and I was very happy to both share with a work of art as clever and beautiful as that.
When you were a kid, you were drawing a lot.
Yeah.
Was that your first lesson of animation? And what were the following ones?
I was one of the kids drawing all the time and, be encouraged, go outside and do this. I'd go outside, but I'd bring my paper and pencils. I drew a lot of nature, but I didn't really imagine doing animation until many years later. Now, some of the things I saw as a kid that really, influenced me, there was the normal Disney, the cartoons and things, but I always, even when I was very young, I gravitated towards things like Night on Bald Mountain from Fantasia. It's very dark and scary. If it was going to be Mickey Mouse, it was going to be The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Again, magic and darker. I just that's what I loved. And then I was exposed to very young the work of Ray Harryhausen. I think I was 5 years old, and my mother, she kind of liked scary things. She took me to see a movie, The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and there was stop motion monsters. There was the Cyclops, a dragon, a skeleton, and I knew these things exist. These things are alive. I just knew in my soul, and that burned into me really strong. Also, when I was very young, I saw the films of Lottie Reiniger, the German silhouette animator. They showed on a kids' TV station that somehow I think they didn't have the money for Disney cartoons. They got these cheaper from Europe, but they dazzled me because it was all silhouette. You couldn't see facial details. You had to imagine so much. So that taught me lessons. The Ray Harryhausen and Lottie Reiniger really influenced me.
A few steps after that, you were at Cal Arts with Tim Burton. And I guess you got together into more scary and unconventional projects?
Yeah, I didn't really get into animation. There was a critical point where I was doing lots of painting and drawing. I was doing photography. I was doing sculpting. I was always into music. And then I saw one experimental film that had been made at Cal Arts, and I suddenly, eureka, everything I love can come together in this one form. Then when I finally started to do it, it was like, oh my God, it takes so long. So there was that time of, can I really, yes, I agreed, I will pay the price, many hours for tiny bits of film because it was a miracle to bring things to life. With Tim Burton, I went to school with many other people who became successful. Brad Bird, who's still a close friend. Tim, John Musker, who helped save Disney animation with The Little Mermaid and Aladdin. John Lasseter was there. Mm-hmm. But it was Tim that I kind of made this connection. We both, I feel like we're from the same planet, maybe not the same town, but we just hit it off. We'd go to some art shows, we'd look at some movies together, and very, very important friendship to me.
I'm told that our time together is coming to a close end, so I will ask...
I've been that boring, have I?
No. It's people outside who are telling me that the time is up. I would love to keep chatting with you, actually, so I'm going to grab a little more time. And
okay.
Let's do that. What about Annecy's festival? You've been there, you've been meeting the audience, you had some encounters with the audience and the public, and a lot of things. How do you feel when you come to this big family of, and the animation biggest family reunion in the world?
Yeah. It's wonderful to come to Annecy. It's, look at in Los Angeles and Hollywood, animation, even though some of the films of Pixar, Disney, DreamWorks are huge, they make tons of money, but it's always, the animation people are always the second cousins. You go to an event and live action people are, oh, you're a director? Animation. It's always that way. But at Annecy, animation is the source. It's animation paradise. All different styles, people, the veterans are here, so many students with their new ideas and looks, and it's really wonderful. The only thing I miss is when I first came, I could go to any of the screenings, and I'm a nobody, no one recognizes me, and so I could see everything I wanted, and it's not a bad price to pay, but now if I go, I'm an old man, and they know me, and they want a picture or a sketch, and it's fine, but I would love a little more being anonymous, so I could go in and see more of the films.
Maybe you should disguise yourself and go in the screenings like...
Well, I grew the beard, but it's not enough.
I'm sure you will find something to hide in the theaters.
Okay.
Well, do not hide too much and keep coming to Annecy. I'm sorry for shortening this interview.
It's okay.
I hope that we will have other opportunities to tickle memories of animation.
You're a fine tickler, and I appreciate being tickled.
Thanks a lot, Henry.
Sure.
And have a wonderful Annecy.
I'm having a wonderful Annecy, and I just wish they lasted longer. I look forward to the museum coming in 2 years.
Exactly.
I hope to come back maybe for the opening.
I'm sure you will be part of it.
Okay.
Thank you, Henry.
Thank you.